I will have to mute everybody's mic. I don't want any distraction. Yeah, welcome once again to tonight's session, and basically we are going to talk about the installment payment plan, as we had already said. And before we talk about the installment payment plan, which is actually the business aspects, one of the ways you can get clients to patronize you. I would love to give some advice because the solar industry, like any other industry, requires some level of investment. It requires some level of investment because you cannot just wake up one day and you start roaming the street that you need people that wants to install solar, maybe on installment basis or on outright basis, or the subscription payment methods. Basically, we have three types of packages in the solar industry, and in which a client should fall into any of the three categories. And as an entrepreneur or a solarpreneur or a business person in the solar industry, you should be able to align yourself with one or two or all of those packages. One is the outright payment plan. The outright payment plan involves a client coming to meeting you, or you go and meet a client, submit proposal, and he will look at your proposal. Maybe you explain to him how solar works and he buys into your idea. Then you submit, maybe you go for power audits. After that, you submit quotation to the client, and the client will give you maybe 70% of the total cost of the solar system installation. Then you procure materials, go and install for the client, and the client will pay you the balance. The advantage of this package to an end user, that is your customer, is that he's not going to pay interest. He's not going to pay interest on the cost of solar system installation. That is one advantage that comes with the outright payment plan. The disadvantage is the client is not guaranteed of the functionality of the solar system. I have to say this so that if you are going into talking to people about the different packages, you should be able to put things in the right perspective. Let the client understand the advantage and the disadvantages, or advantage and disadvantage, of each of the payment plan. Then the advantage is that the client doesn't pay interest, additional money in the course of the installation. He will not be thinking every month where he will raise money to continue paying, maybe for 6 months, for 3 months, or for 1 year, as the case may be. But a disadvantage, which is a big problem in this method of going solar, or in this package, is that 70% of installations that are done using this method, using this approach, end up being a failure. I say 70% of installations that are done using the outright payment methods always end in a big failure, because we have people who might not know their left from their right. They will collect clients' money, maneuver their way. Sometimes they know, sometimes they don't know. Then they will sometimes install the solar. It works in some sites. Some sites they will install the solar, it will not work, because first of all the clients will give him 70% and he will start the process. When he's done with the installation, the clients will balance the money and off the professional will go. Even if the system breaks down, it is at his leisure that he might love to maybe attend to the clients. Sometimes if he knew what he did, he might not even pick the client's call. He will ignore that client, allow the client to struggle on his own. Sometimes those clients might be lucky to meet another professional that will come and rescue him from the maze. Sometimes the client will need to change components and before the system will work. Sometimes it will be a total waste of the money that the client invested in the project. We have installed system for the past 2 decades. Though I've not been in the industry for the past 2 decades, I'm talking about the years of experience from my boss, because I have many bosses. So their years of experience, they transfer it to me. There's no question, like maybe if you have joined our training, you have right to ask me any question, because you paid me to be attentive and respond to you. So in the course of my training, I've been able to ask my bosses several questions in the industry. So even right now, if I have any question, I call them and ask them. If I have any business model, I call them and ask them, sir, this is my plan. So that is the reason I say for the past 2 decades, I've been in the industry. So actually, we have never, ever since I've entered this industry, we have not recorded any failed installation. We have not. Frankly speaking, I'm not boasting, because this is an industry of its own, and it is a professional one for that matter. But because maybe everybody claim, maybe some electricians, very soon they claim to be installers, maybe because of one thing or the other, you just look for something you can learn. You don't see, and they say the solar industry is booming. You say, okay, let me enter. Some people, marketers, and all the professionals we have, all of us, we contribute, and we are making the industry work anyway. So when the client pays you money, complete money you install for the client is now at your mercy. If that system fails, it doesn't. Sometimes some professionals don't even respond to the clients. So that is one of the setback when it has to do with the outright payment. Then another package that we have, or that is available in the solar industry, is the installment payment package. Installment payment package. The installment payment package is very easy to navigate, because many clients will love it. Many clients will love it because of the attendance advantage. Let me start with the advantage. Because of the attendance advantage. In the installment payment plan, a client is giving you the agreed percentage. Maybe he might, if a system is 10 million naira, depending on the agreed percentage, the client might give you 30% or 40%, as the case may be. Then the remaining money is spread based on the agreed number of months. So when the client pays you maybe 30 or 40% of the total cost, it is the responsibility of the company to look out or use their money, buy the components, do the installation, commission the site, and the client starts using the solar system. Remember, the client only paid 30% or 40%, as the case may be. So it is the responsibility of the company to look for funds. That means they already have enough money in the bank that they will use to execute the project. The 10% is to involve, maybe to involve the client in the project. So they will look for money, come and complete the installation. The client will start using it. Maybe every month the client will pay. Then the day the system refuses to pay, to work, to function, the day the system refuses to function, the client will not pay the company. The clients will not pay the company. And the clients, if the system stays for like 2 weeks without the client having power, you're in trouble. He can sue you to court for breach of contract. But in the outright payment plan, though the client can still sue you to court, but your money is not at stake. The company's money is not at stake. So this payment plan gives the customer or the client leverage or the peace of mind that it is not his complete money that he uses to do the installation. And if I'm the client, if you come and install for me, I give you 30% or 40%. Within a short time, your system is not working again, you'll be in trouble with me. If you come to carry, you cannot even come and remove those things. So you must make my system work. So that is the advantage. So in this case, the company will do due diligence. The company will do due diligence to their work. They cannot imagine, or they cannot even design a system or install a system that will fail after the agreement. It has never happened. You install a system on installment package, and within a very short time, the system packs off. It's it's not possible, because they will take their time to do the needful, so that because their money is at stake, if the system doesn't work, they will not pay you, and you regret venturing into it. So that is the second method that is applicable in the solar industry. The third method is the subscription method. The subscription method is you have the capital, the client doesn't have the capital, and remember, the outright payment plan, after the complete payment, the client is in full control of the system. The client is in full control of the system. But in the installment payment plan, the client is not in full control of the solar system installation. The client will only be in full control of the solar system installation when he has finished paying the stipulated amount of money. So those are still the advantage and disadvantages of the two methods I have mentioned. So the third method that is applicable in the solar industry when you want to go solar is the subscription method. The subscription method is a payment package in which the client might do, depending on the agreement, the company might agree, okay, you need power, you don't have money. I want to generate power and sell it to you based on how you are using it. You will be buying this power from me. It's my property. It will never, remember, in the outright payment plan and the installment plan, the client will take ownership of those components, those system components. But in the subscription package, the client will never take ownership of the solar components. It is the company's property. They manage it, they generate power, they transmit, and they sell the power to the end users. They generate power, they transmit power, and they sell the power to end users. It depends on many things. It depends on the agreement. If you are installing it in somebody's facility or somebody's company, the system might be metered. Hello? Please, I'm in a meeting. I will call you back, please. Please, sorry for the mix-up. So I'm saying that depending on the agreement or depending on the conditions surrounding the solar system installation, the system might be metered or the system might not be metered. Most times, if you install it maybe in a plaza, you can use different approach to sell the power to end users. Let me not go into the technical aspect of it. Then there is another one that is common now, that is very popular now, which is the mini grid project. The mini grid project is a typical example of the subscription method in which a company will move all the solar components, go to a particular community that doesn't have power. There is no NEPA light in the community. Meet the village head, meet the villagers, call them for a meeting. They meet. They will propose, okay, we can come and install solar for you. But before that happens, there must be a project developer. There must be a project developer from the community, an indigene of the community, and the project developer must contribute heavily to the project. The reason being that so that the villagers will not say this company come and how will I use it? This company come and lured us into milking money for them. So there must be an indigene of that community who will be ready to invest in that project heavily for the security of those components, because the villagers will not pay a dime for the project to be executed. It is only when the project is into full function that they will meter the entire community and they start selling power to the community. So those are the, let me not go further than that. Those are the three packages that we have in the solar industry. Well, I will open this group. Before we move to the next thing, I will open this group, to open the meeting so that you can ask. I just want 2 questions from the meeting, from anybody that have a question that pertains to what we have discussed so far. We are talking about the 3 different packages that you can discuss with your clients when it has to do with the solar industry. Antonia, your hand is up. Can you speak? Chinedu, your hand is up. Speak up.
All right. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Please be snappy.
Good. All right. From the first package you explained, most of the explanation you made at the conclusion part, it was the kind of discouraging. If I may ask,
discouraging.
Why did you say that?
From the first, that yes. Is the first package.
Yes. Why did you say that some of the professionals after installation, they just find their way and abandon the customer or the end user?
Why do I say so?
That's my question.
Is
yes,
what is happening. Is what is happening. If peradventure, you know, the solar industry is crowded by many people, and before a client will give you contract, you are not the only person that will submit proposal. So you might submit a proposal of 5 million, then the other person is submitting a proposal of, or a quotation of 4 million. The client might choose to go for the person with a quotation of 4 million. And better soup na money kill am. So the person that quoted 4 million might go and buy fake products, and on top of that, the profit that the person that quoted the project low might not make up to 300,000 as profits or 200,000. So if the system break down, where will he get money to go and fix up that system? I'm asking you. So that is the reason. Since listen.
It's a substance. I mean, standard material. That
yes.
For the customer.
Yes, because if you tell a client this your 5 kVA is 7 million, there's another person that will tell that same client this project he can handle it with maybe 4 million. So a client that is not that doesn't understand what it entails to go solar, there is no magic when it has to do with the. Somebody was asking what makes solar fail or what makes solar last longer. There are many things. So if you give a client a quotation of 7 million, that means you have looked at the condition, the duration you will be using the system, the load that he's using, and everything that you have considered. If you are a professional, you really know what you are doing. You give him that quotation so that you remove that. You know, we don't produce any of these things. Even though you were to produce it, you use money to produce it. So if you give a quotation of 7 million, it is because you know the kind of materials you will use. There are inverters that are 300,000. The same size of inverter can be 500,000. The same size of inverter can be 700,000. Why? There are some battery that is maybe 5 kilowatt is 1 million, 1.5, 4 million. There are some battery 5 kilowatt is 5 million. So beta soup na money killer. So it is best. The solution to this is always meet professionals to handle your project. Is there any other question before we move? King, do you have any question? Please, have I cleared that doubt? It's not discouraging. The only thing you need to do is to meet professionals. Chinedu,
so in that sense, yes, what you're trying to say is that for the customers to be won over, you need to explain in details what it entails to purchase such materials.
Yes. Give quotation that will help you install a functional system to a client. If the client doesn't want it, let him look for another place. Somebody was raising his hand. King.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have a question.
Sir, yes, sir.
Be audible.
Like as at now, yes, sir, in my area, that instrumental payment, they are using it and it's working.
Okay.
But there are different kinds of solar something they are using. There's one kind of solar generator with panel that people are buying now.
Okay.
Some are using the Sun King method.
Okay.
Some are using the light. And different kinds of these things are circulating in my area.
Okay.
And if you go and give them such a quotation for such building, they will ask you. There are still some other small ones they can buy. Like it's giving them light, playing their television, taking their something. Okay. In such cases, how do we introduce such a big, complex type to them, sir?
You mean which complex type?
Like the one we build with the battery, with the panel, because they are this something.
Okay.
Generator that can
okay.
Low.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do we use the one to the panel, the charger?
Okay, I understand. I understand. So, you always, when you want to talk to a client, first of all, try to educate him or her about the offer you want to give to him or her. It's not everybody that will be your customer. There are some people that all the kind of power they need is just to charge their phone, run their television, and take care of their maybe lighting points. So you cannot force them to go far from there. But there are some other people that when they use this solar kits, let me call it solar kits. With time, they will buy more electrical loads. If they are convinced that solar is working, they will need an upgrade. So that is where you go in and offer to them a bigger size of system. Then there are some people that they don't even need, their load is not only television, fan and lighting points. They have bigger loads that they can power. There's no way you have in fact, don't limit yourself to your own location. Take yourself out of your location if the place is already saturated with maybe solar kits. But you can do good business with solar kits. Today is not the day for that. You can do good business with solar kit, but let me not go in there so that we don't waste our time. Please let me continue. So let me talk about the package we have introduced to our students and how you can benefit from it and what we are currently having in the society and what makes our own package unique. In the solar industry, we have different options. if you are on Facebook, social media platforms, you see some people have gotten to the extent that they will tell you, pay on delivery. Pay on delivery. All they are saying is they will put, okay, this is 5 kVA system. These are the loads the system can carry. This is the price. This is 10 kVA. These are the materials I will use. This is the load it can carry. All you do is give us money. We will come, just approve. If you are interested, they will come and install for you. And when they finish the installation, you pay them. I'm not discouraging people from going for that package or patronizing them, but I believe in the number of years I've been in this industry, there has not been any site we want to install solar. There has not been any site we want to install solar that we don't go for power audits. There has not been any site we want to install solar that we don't go and examine the site, do proper power audits of the facility, ask the question, vital information that will help us understand how to design a customized system and install for the client. When I say customized system, is I can install 5 kVA with 4 battery. I can design 5 kVA, maybe 4 battery, 9 panels, or as the case may be. I can install 5 kVA with, if I'm using lead acid battery, let me use lead acid battery so that it will be easy for everybody to understand. So you can install 5 kVA 8 batteries. You can install 5 kVA 12 batteries. You can install 5 kVA 16 batteries. But a situation whereby somebody does not come to your facility, it doesn't come to your facility, it doesn't ask you any question. All the client does is, okay, this is 5 kVA, this is the price, this is the load it will carry. No problem. If you approve, we come and install. Before you know it, agreement is reached. You go and install. There's likely that those people will install those systems based on the money you have given, not based on what is on site. Because and most times when they finish that installation, they might not educate the client on the best way to manage the system. I can install 5 kVA 4 battery for you, and I advise you I can install 5 kVA 4 battery for you instead of 5 kVA 8 battery. Then I educate you on how to manage power, and the system will still work effectively. And from my phone, I can be monitoring what you are consuming. Then I will equally advise you on the best way to prolong the system life. But most times, improper education, misinformation causes the solar system installation to fail. When we started out this installment plan 4 years ago, we designed different packages. And we had more than 50 or 60 packages. And that was when we had fluctuation in dollar. And before you know it, even though you submit a quotation to a client this week and the client doesn't make payment, if maybe after 2 weeks the client says, okay, I'm ready for the project to be executed, you have to review that quotation. Else, you might run at a loss. Or if you don't want to run at a loss, you might maybe install that system based on the current reality. So to avoid this, we later have a rethink. We later have a rethink on our approach. If you want our solar installment plan, all you do is submit your power audit. If you go online, you see other people, they write, okay, this is the system, based on this installment plan. They write, this is the size of system, this is the load it can carry, and this is the price. It's good and fine. This is how much you'll be paying. So in our own case here, we say, okay, first of all, let's understand your load. Let's ask you questions. Let's design the system. We design different systems for you to see. Because of maybe the interaction we are having with you, we will be able to design a customized system tailored towards a particular client. We don't generalize our design and installation. If we meet a particular client, we assess, we do the power audits, and at the end of the day, we go back, we do the design, we send him our own quotation. And if he agrees, we do it for him. If he doesn't agree, we can give him an alternative. There are different alternatives that you can give a client if his financial muscle cannot carry the quotation that you give to the client. So the installment payment plan we set out to do is, there are different ways you can benefit from it. You can benefit from it as an end user. If you are an end user, we advise submit your energy audit. When you submit your energy audit, we will be on a call with you, ask you certain questions, you provide. We don't necessarily have to come to site. There is a way we might even do it, since we have our students in almost all the states in this country, and we have representatives, and we are always training students. We can maybe tell a student, okay, this is your own area. You are the one that will handle this project. Please go to this particular location, go and do power audit, submit the power audit report to the company. Let's work with that power audit report, and we will be following up the student on every step he's making on site. So when we get the data, we will go and design a customized system to the client, send him the quotation, maybe for 3 months, the total cost, the quotation, how much he will be paying, maybe if he's applying for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or 1 year, because our last, the highest duration is 1 year. Please, when this call in, I will do another link and send to the group. So that is it. In that case, it will allow us secure our money, because we don't want a situation whereby when we install for you, you call us and tell us this system is not functioning the way we agree, and your system will be on our database. We don't use analog components to do this project. We use smart systems to install the installment payment plan, so that uh, there will be somebody in the company database that monitors the performance of every system. This will help us be in control of all our installation. If a client abuse the system, we will call him and tell him, sir, this is what we agreed. This is your power audit. This is the number of hours you told us you'll be running this load, but you have used it more than that hours. This is the size of load that we agreed you should be running with this system. Because by the time the system fails, you will not you do not blame yourself. You blame us that we did not give you quality products. So all we advise is, if you are interested in the installment plan, if you are an end user, all we need from you is your audit. Then if you are a marketer, because of the numerous requests we have, we cannot handle everybody. So we expect anybody that wants to make money should first of all invest, learn first. We don't have any problem with somebody who is an end user. He might say, I'm not interested in learning. But if you say you want to be a marketer, a marketer is such that there is a particular percentage you get whenever you bring a project. You have some percentage based on the size of the system. So you don't just fold your hands, and maybe sometimes you don't even understand how to do professional power audit. You just meet a client and you'll be making call left and right. We expect you as a marketer to understand first how to talk to a client, how to prospect, how to do power audit, how to design the solar system. If you are conversant with those things, one, how to prospect, because if you enroll into our own system and you don't know how to prospect, it will look like this thing is not working on, but you don't know that you are the problem. So the very first thing you should learn as a marketer is prospecting. Don't underestimate the person sitting next to you inside a car. Don't underestimate posting what you can do on your status. You don't know who is watching your status. There are many ways you can prospect. So you are, as a marketer, we expect that you should do all the running around, because you get paid at the end of the day when the project materializes. So as a marketer, we expect that you should learn how to prospect. As a marketer, we expect that you should learn how to do power audits, a professional one for that matter. As a marketer, we expect you should know how to design a system. You should equally know how to make decision when it has to do with solar system installation. We expect you should know how to advise a client. Before you even come to us, you should have been able to do most of the talking. You should have been able to learn how to approach clients, do most of the talking before you meet us. So please, I've made some statement. This call will soon end. If it ends, I'll drop another link. We'll rejoin so that we can continue. I'll open the group for some question, if there is any, before we end this call. Okay, King, have asked your question.
Yeah, I like the one you have just described, where people just, in fact, I saw it on Facebook, more than 10 pages. People were saying that they just design the program, they don't even know what is in the load in your house. and that is now in circulation, sir. Like if we come across such and we want to present them with our own design, having studied, having done the power audit in their home, and they are now challenging us with such a one, sir, can we do like the one you have said the other time? Say you have done 5 kVA with 4 battery, some with more battery. Can we reduce the cost or the materials to be used? But I don't want us to be in a end where we be a failure in a long run. How do we do such if we are in such a challenge, sir?
Which challenge is that?
Like those ones that have already designed. They say this is 1 kVA, this is 5 kVA, and we have a client in our hand that we are already prospect, and he come across such type, and we have already designed a system for him. We have already give him, do the power audit and give him what we
Okay. Let me respond to you. The reason we introduce presentation in our platform these days is so that we try and let our students know that business is all about communication. Business is all about communication. And know your worth. Know what you tell a client. There are some clients that the way you present yourself, the way you communicate, they will know that this person knows what he's doing and he will be ready to bank with you. You can never work for everybody. Everybody cannot be your customer. So let that be at the back of your mind, that as I'm venturing into this industry, I'm not ready to work for everybody. Have your own standard, because it is better to do 1 project, 2 projects in a maybe in a month, or 3 projects in a month, and those projects will stand the test of time, than to do 5 projects. 2 will stand the test of time, 3 will fail. If you do 3 projects in a month for a client and those projects are successful, it is more than going to a radio station to advertise yourself. So gradually, you get there. So don't compete. We are not against what other people are doing, but we try as much as possible to maintain standards in the industry. There's no hospital that you go to. When you go to the hospital, all the doctor will do is to come and start injecting you. It's so unfortunate that the solar industry is occupied by some people who doesn't put on their thinking cap. There's no hospital you go to and all the doctor does is to start, oh, how is he doing you? Will start injecting you. You follow a process. So the solar industry is the same thing. The same thing is applicable. If you talk to a client, explain some things to him, analyze the system, analyze the condition that surrounds the solar, the project you want to do for him or her, and he's telling you that your price is too much, your own is too costly, that he has gotten another offer that is cheaper, allow him or her to go for that one. He will come back. It has happened several times. When they come back, that is when you make good money. One guy came for physical training and he was saying he's an electrician. His clients trusted him and needed solar in his facility. Since he was not into solar, he was trying to see how he can meet, who he can refer to the client. He brought the first person. The first person said maybe 22 million, depending, sorry if you are not from Nigeria, 22 million is what will do that job. He came for power audits, designed the system, tell the client 22 million. The client say, wow, it's too much. I bring another person. He brought another person. The second person came and say 12 million. He said, see, this one is okay. Transfer money immediately. The guy started installation. The system did not last. The system did not last. It was the first person that said 22 million that came and rescued him. Because there is no magic in this thing. If you are running 500 watts of load, if you size your system 500 watts, what size of inverter will carry it? After that, what size of battery will carry this maybe 500 watts, depending on the duration of usage? Then after that, how many panels will comfortably charge this size of battery? After that, what size of charge controller will be appropriate for the panels? After that, the accessories. In one of those adverts I saw online, I saw the guy is mounting solar panels without racking the roof. That is the reason their system will be cheap, because they don't rack the roof. They just carry the panels and throw and keep on the roof. They are finished. You pay money, you pay. Before you know it, the system will not work. So don't drag price. When it comes to price, please don't drag it. Go for standard. Allow, when it happens, you will hear. I don't know whether I've answered you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so since we still have time to talk, the next set of people that can benefit from this package are the installers. As an installer, you can also be a marketer. You look for people, since you already have the base, the customer base. You bring a client, and you are the one that will equally install. You are the one, because we cannot be in me. I don't want to travel left, right, and center. Yeah? Since we have trained students now, and we normally, in our company, we love working with our students. Forget it. We love working with our students, because in the place of training, we will not end them. We will not hide anything from them. Let me do another link and send. Bagaimana? Okay, I would love to respond to some questions if you have any before we proceed. Is there any question? Sorry, I muted everybody. Sorry. Is there any question? I've unmuted. If you have any question, you ask. The first point I raised was the different packages we have in the solar industry. The second package is how people go about their own package when it has to do with the installment package. And that is when and before I forget, there is one thing that is very important. Please, are you people following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, before the question, before I forget this point. before I forget this point, because I'm not with slide. Is it's not everybody that would love to go solar. Some people will hear of solar, and before they know it, they will tell you, I need solar, I need solar. Give me quotation, give me quotation. Please, as a professional, your time is very, very important. Your time is very, very important. So, like we are doing this training now, though it is online. Ever since we started this online training, we have been on live session for more than 5 or 7 days. That is time, it's money. So that is the reason very soon we increase the cost, because not me alone, I'm not the only person that will be coming online. So when we factor in all those things, we decide on how much we charge. The live session is when you come and listen to me talk. I don't like using textbook or slide, or I don't like reading from books. I say what I know because I've done this thing over and over. So I don't like coming with slides. The one I remember to tell you, you take. The one I don't remember, we have our courses there for you to go, and so that you will not tell me I'm reading from book or I'm projecting from slide. The slide is to help me flow step by step. I don't miss a point. And everything I will say in the live session, we already have it in our training. So there's nothing we will say here we don't already have in our training platform. Is the fact, what I want to say now before I forget is, some people just heard of solar. Maybe there is power problem in their location. They have seen their neighbor uses solar, and before you know it, they will tell you, I need solar, I need solar. But if you really dig deep, they don't really understand what solar entails. They don't really understand the cost. So the very first thing we normally do to filter the audience or filter the noise, or you don't waste your time going for power audits, coming to design system, and at the end of the day, the client will not respond to you again. He will not talk to you again. Is to always give them an estimate. Is to always give your clients an estimate. If a client tell you, I need solar, first of all, try to ask him how many, what are the loads, what and what do you want to power. Then he will tell you, okay, I want to power television, I want to power AC, I want to power 10 lighting points. Try as much as possible to give him a rough estimate of how much it will cost to run those loads. If it's somebody that maybe have the money or is expecting money some way, the way he will respond will let you know whether he can afford it. The way he will respond will equally let you understand whether he cannot afford it. So when he cannot afford it, we don't tell you to push him away. He's your prospect. One day he will buy. Or you give him an alternative. You should always have option 2, option 3, option 4 for a client. That is the reason we took our time to talk about the different types of solar system in the solar industry. We took our time to talk about the different types of solar system in the solar industry, because so that when you are talking to a client, when you are communicating with a client, you will be able to explain to him, because most clients don't know anything about solar. So you as the professional stand a better chance to educate them first before you hand over a solution to them. If you just hand over a solution to them, you might be frustrated. I'm talking from an experience. I'm talking from experience. It's not everybody that will go solar. So always have your own template. That was the reason I sent in those costs, so that assuming you don't know how to design a system for now, because this call is for people that are just joining us. We have other groups, people that we have trained for so long, and we have been doing this thing repeatedly, so we don't bring them here. So for now, maybe you don't really know what should be the size of this cost of 5 kVA, the cost of 10 kVA, the cost of 15 kVA, and the rest. You can duplicate that our templates, the price. Put your company name, don't put our company name. Put your phone number, don't put our phone number. Go and do marketing, but be grounded in this industry before you step out to market to people. Else you go and market for you go and market to a professional. Before you know it, he will ask you certain questions you will not be able to answer. So the very first thing is for you to take your time to learn. So let me open the call, so that if you have any question, okay, it's already open. Please, if there is any question, I would love to respond to it.
Okay. Hello, sir.
I'm with you.
Okay, we at Subway, do we have these solar kits available also?
Okay. We have the solar kits available, but we don't mass. It's on special order. That was the reason I said there is a business aspect of the solar kits. You know, the disadvantage, most times those solar kits you buy from the market is how will I put it? It's a customized solar kit. You cannot use your ordinary, okay, except the solar generator. Most of like the Sun King that you connect maybe 4 or 5 bulbs, their television, you use their television, you use their fan, you use their lighting points. It might be only your phone you charge with it. Our own is a pre-ordered one. If you need it, we fabricate it for you. That is, if you check what I posted today, I've sent you to Subway School. It is not only solar, we only use solar as the basis, the very first the starting point. If you want to enroll into Subway Energy School or Subway Energy Academy, the solar industry is the very first place that we give you all the needed foundation in this industry. After that, if you say you need CCTV, we have a course on that. You say you need electrical, we have a course on that. You need battery fabrication, we have a course on that. You need maybe the all-in-one, the solar kit, how to fabricate it. We also have, and other courses that I've sent in. If you check my catalog, you see it. So, but this solar, so if a client needs that one and it is not pay on installment, that one we don't have the software, because that is an integrated photovoltaic system type in which you have to impute a software, so that when at the end of the month, automatically the system will automatically shut down and the client must pay. But in our own case, is outright payment. When you tell us the size of load you want to power, we tell you, okay, how many hours? You tell us. We design the battery bank, we look at the size of inverter, we put the charge controller, we fuse everything together, and it still forms the solar kit you have in the open market. So there is a very big business when it has to do with solar kits. Those companies that produces those solar kits, there are the richest in the solar industry, because that is where the average Nigerian, the average person can get his power problem solved. In your community, you might have like 20 people uses. If you are staying in an area without NEPA light, you can see like 20 people uses it. Sometimes nobody in your community install the full solar. So there is so much business opportunity when it has to do with learning how to design, learning how to fabricate lithium ion battery. We fabricate 80% of the lithium ion battery we use in most of our residential installation. We fabricate it, we don't buy it. Then when it has to do with the solar kits, when we meet a client, when we go for marketing, there are some clients that will not have the financial muscle to go into installing the complete solar. We will advise them, if they don't have big money, let's install that one for them, let them start enjoying solar. If they agree, we design the system, go and install maybe 5 kVA or 300, sorry, 500, what am I saying, 0.5 kVA, sorry, 0.5 kVA, 0.3, that is 300 watts, 500 watts, then maybe 100 amp battery, 50, 100 amp, 200, 100 amp, 12 volts, 100 amp, 12 volts, or 100 amp, 24 volts is based on special order. So there is a very big business when it has to do with that. I don't know whether I've answered your question. So we do that solar kit.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Also, I don't know, sir. Can we also get maybe a price range for that, or maybe when the order comes,
when the order comes.
Okay, sir.
Even though we have 20 orders, that is a different department. People that are working there, that is their work. So they will fabricate even 20 orders. Any other question? Chinedu, your hand is up.
Yes, sir. On the basis of what you said about using the flyers that have been given out on the platform, you were saying we should change the name and put our business name.
Yes.
We have no foundation for now, because I want to suggest if we can use Subway Energy and act as a representative. Subway already have a living proof for the person or a client to go through the website, see what Subway have done, then have the confidence to come back to you. We can put our email and our contact number, but Subway website for them to go through it and give them a confidence to come back.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to ask.
Okay, there's no problem about that. It's okay. Isaac, your hand is up. Nketi, your hand is up. So,
yes, I have questions. My first question is, what is the advantage between the power generator, and if we do our own power audit and come out with a circuit? That's my first question.
okay.
And my second question is,
Let me understand the first question first, please.
yeah, my first question now asking is, if the customer say what is the disadvantage and the advantage with the power generator, the solar generator, with the one that we want to install?
Okay, I understand. Now we have ESS systems. ESS, that is you have the battery, the inverter, everything fused into one. You just carry it, go and mount. You don't need to drill the wall. So the advantage of, you said the advantage of the solar generator and the installation. The solar generator will not carry plenty loads. I've seen people say there are some solar generator I've seen online, and when they give the price, they will tell you 5 kVA. 5 kVA is 2 million naira, 3 million naira. Which 5 kVA will be 2 million? They will tell you it's 15 kVA and it is 5 million. If you want, when you see all those things, you as a professional, you know that this one is real fake product, because for you to install 5 kVA, normal 5 kVA, you know how much you will use. I don't know whether I've answered you. Those solar kit might not give you it. It might not be reliable. I'm not saying that it's not reliable. It's dependent on the load that you are using. There are okay. There are functional, but
So my second question is, if we go for a power audit and the customer says we need to put AC, I did not specify the horsepower of the AC. Should we put at least three horsepower, or should we ask the question more about the horsepower?
let him give you the size of AC that he will use, or you tell him this system will be designed with this size of AC in mind. If he goes and buy a bigger size of AC, you tell him to bring money so that you buy additional battery and panel to increase it. If he doesn't like it, that wasn't the agreement. So if you go tell him, okay sir, this AC you want to buy, what is the size? He will tell you. If he doesn't tell you, you suggest a size for him. You should go for energy saving AC. Don't let him not buy all those analog AC. So improvise for him, advise him why you choose that AC, and when he's buying, let him buy that one. If he refuses to buy that one, the thing could crash on his head, because you advise him as a professional. I don't know whether I've answered your question.
No question. Hey, I've answered me. And my last question is, how can we monitor the customer?
Okay, by using smart systems. When you use smart systems, you'll be able to monitor from your phone the energy generation and consumption. Even though you wake up by 2 a.m., 1 a.m., you log into the portal, you'll be able to see, especially at night, you'll be able to see your battery state of charge or depth of discharge. You'll be able to see the load that customer is running at that particular moment. You can call him that night and tell him, sir, this battery is almost gone. Please remove some load. This is the load you are running. Remove some. This wasn't the agreement. So you use smart systems to monitor your system remotely. King.
So my name over this name, so I did not get you well.
I think I'm recording this.
Sir, like you said, we have some kits, sir. We have the sample of some kits, sir.
Okay, our own kits.
Sample of it in the class so that we can be able to see it.
Okay.
Even if it's possible, we put it in our WhatsApp status. If there's anybody if there is needful, we just connect to you, sir.
Okay, no problem. I'll make those things available. Okay, I think I should continue so that we don't waste much of your time.
Okay, sorry, sir. Our systems at Subway, I hope they are smart systems. I guess they are smart systems.
Which one?
The ones you have at Subway.
Yes, we
Okay.
We have smart systems. We also have analog system. We sell everything.
Okay. For the one you gave us the price range,
They are smart systems.
and this smart system.
Yes, they are smart systems. Please, I believe there is no other question.
Okay, sir. All right.
I believe there is no. Is there any other question before I continue?
Yes,
I want to talk about
sir.
the engineers.
Sir.
Yes?
Yes. From what you just said now about monitoring the load the client is using, don't you think some clients will feel bad about that when you call them at all times, telling them of they will think you are monitoring them with CCTV, not knowing it's just a digital information you're getting from the load consumption.
Please go ahead. Your line is breaking.
I said, monitoring the client. I said, can you hear me, sir?
Your line is breaking. Say it again.
I was trying to say, like you said, we can monitor
The system.
consumption of load
Okay.
the client is using.
Okay.
Now, my question is, don't you think some of these clients will feel bad about the feeling that you are monitoring them? Because, yes, because they will feel, not every big man will want such thing. You will think you have a device that you are using to monitor him, not knowing that it's just a digital
Okay.
device that is giving you information about this.
Okay. 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 Have you finished?
Yes, so what I'm trying to say, do we need to tell the client that we will be following up on this and we can call them at any time to advise them on what
You have answered your question. That is the reason I'm saying that
Yes.
business. You have answered your question. You have answered your question. That is the reason I'm saying that business is about communication. Don't be out. There's no. If a client calls you to work for him, let him also respect your own opinion. Because if that system fell, he will not be happy with you. And this thing is an agreement. I've given you a system, and before I give you this system, I will tell you don't abuse this system. This is the load you will be running at night because of the storage I'm giving you. Run one AC at night, then you are running two ACs at night. Well, if he had finished paying, you can just private chat him, send him a message. But if you uses your money to install that system, if that system fell, that client will not pay you again. So it's based on you. So have a very open communication with the client first. You are not monitoring him. Let him understand that. Show him the app on your phone. So this app, this is the function. I will be monitoring the usage so that I can advise. You are advising him. You are not intruding into his privacy. So drop a message for him. Thank you. Please let me continue so that we can end this session. I hope there is no other question. If there is anyone, let me round up the third point. Okay, as an engineer, you can benefit from this package tremendously because you are already in the field and you have people that you are talking to when it has to do with installing solar. There are some of your clients that will call you and tell you, I need solar, but I don't have money. Is there any way out? Is there anything you can do? So since they already know that you are in the industry, please let them understand that there is a way out, that they can get solar without paying a dime. That is the language I've been using with my client when they come. I'll tell them, do you know that you can get solar system installed in your facility without paying a dime? That is, you don't pay even 5 naira, you get the solar free. They will be wondering, they say solar is very costly. How do you mean that I will get solar system installed in my facility without paying a dime? Then it's your ability to think critically. If you want to use the normal approach, you will not get it. I'm telling a client you are going to get solar installed in your facility without paying a dime. I will sit down to analyze. I'll tell him, sir, how much are you spending on power? So the analysis is kind of critical thinking, because if peradventure you are running a business and your business needs power always, for you to open the office you need power, and you have been spending like 4 to 500,000 naira every month on power, then we come to your facility 500,000, or let's say there are some people, there are some businesses we meet that are spending close to 1 million naira in a month. When you see those people, they need intervention, they need help. So what you do is tell them, sir, I can bail you out of this expenditure. I can install solar for you. You pay 30% or 40% as the case may be, and the system will be installed for you. You pay the initial money and you'll be paying the other one small. So instead of the client to remove his maybe 15 million, that will affect his business. So he will just bring like 7 million, 6 million, 5 million, as the case may be. The other capital is still running the business for him. He's still making profit with the money he would have used to pay. So you carry all these things, go and install for him. That period, when immediately he starts using this system, he's using the money he would have been buying fuel to pay for this the monthly repayment package. He's no more buying fuel, he's only buying solar, and within 1 year he has finished paying for that system installed in his facility. And that system installment plan is the best option for end users, because when a company knows that he stands to lose something, he will take his time, they will take their time to design a system, to follow up on the system, to maintain the system, so that the system will not break down. So we have that as a course anyway, the installment, that is installing a solar in your facility without paying a dime. So I'm saying that this will be a very nice opportunity for installers who are already in the industry. But the thing is, we only attend to end users who wants to go solar. End users, because if you are an end user, when we install for you, now we will chop the percentage that we should have given to a marketer or an installer. Then an installer will earn as a marketer and also as an installer, because if he brings the project, he's the one that will install it. So that is the reason we advise people to always make good use of opportunity. Some people say, I don't need online training, I need physical. Sir, the industry, you cannot start from physical. I've said this time without number, that this industry, the solar industry, is bigger than, is more complex than what you can imagine. So you need somebody whom you can connect with on a daily basis. Every time you have issues, you run to him. When you come for physical training, it's only 1 week, like what we have scheduled now. Ever since we started this online training with this batch, we have dig deep, we have exposed secrets, the nitty-gritty surrounding the solar industry to them. They have learned. Every now and then they are always learning. We give them assignment, they do it. There is no way you that come for 1 week physical training that you will be able to compete. One time like that, when we wanted running physical training, my boss told me, I said, do you know that this 1 week physical training is just like a scam? It's only that people, if you tell them come for 1 month, they will tell you they don't have time. They just want it sharp. It's just because what is somebody coming to learn for 1 week? we will not 1 week we cannot even cover design, we cannot finish design. But since people say I don't have time, 1 week, everybody they are doing 1 week. And if you most time, the last time we did 2 weeks, some people came after 1 week, they'd say, okay, I'm going, there are so many things waiting for me, let me go. So we notice that 1 week is for matured people. But if you are just starting, if you are maybe you are looking for a career path in the solar industry, if I tell you how many years I spent, you will be shocked. That's the reason I will come online. I don't come with pen, I don't come with paper, I don't come with slide. I will still have something to say. So it's an investment. So if you are looking, if your son, your relative is looking for a career path and is choosing solar, I will not advise you to tell him to learn it for 1 week. I will not. Because solar is more than what people think. Because for the most of the people that are making it in this industry, they started from electrical before they add solar. I'm telling you the truth, they did not start from solar. So electrical knowledge is very important in this industry. I'm talking from experience. So when people say I don't need online, I need physical, I don't need online, I need physical, I just say, wow, my people perish for lack of information. When you come online, since you don't have the time you want to venture into the solar industry, is very lucrative. It's very, very lucrative. I have to confess, I have to tell you that the solar industry is very lucrative. It is one of the basic needs of human being. Power, when it has to do with power, you are solving problem, you are solving power problem as a solar professional. You are solving power problem. So you are a solution to somebody's problem, and you have to take your time and invest in knowledge. So when you say I don't want physical training, I want to use my hand and do it, sir, when you come for that 1 week, you will not still use your hand to do it, because there is nothing you know. There is nothing absolutely you know. The 1 week is for you to come and see what is inverter, what is panel, what is this. When you come, if you have not joined our online training before, we still sit you in the classroom and teach you, because what are you going to site to do? I'm just telling you the gospel truth. Somebody who doesn't know how to connect series and parallel, somebody who doesn't know how to site system, what is he going to site to do? And 1 week we cannot finish this. So people that have joined the online training, they have seen the volume of vital information we have given to them. If those people say, okay, I want to come for 1 week training, yes, it's okay. When they come, the first thing we do is to give them an assignment. Test them whether they followed up with what we were teaching them. Sorry, I'm not in my normal place. We went for installation, so I had to do what I'm doing from site. So NEPA just took light. So what we tell people is, take your time to learn. Don't say I don't need online training. This online training is what gives you the needed foundation. Somebody will say solar is practical, sir. Solar is not practical. I can start from now and talk about solar from the beginning to the end. The next 5-10 hours I will be talking. I'm talking from experience, and I'm talking from what I've used my hand to do. So I know the theory and the practical. If you are only interested in the practical, you will be jumping from pillar to pole. A sound theory is a working principle. I hope we have exhausted our time. I wanted using 1 hour for this session, but I think I've used more than 1 hour. I still have much to say, but because of time, maybe we'll schedule this meeting for another day, and we still brainstorm on the best way to. Now, the people that have joined the online training, they are prepared. They are prepared to start the business of solar. Subway Energy Limited will back you people up, because you patronize us. Without you people, we wouldn't have been able to survive. So for patronizing us, we are ready to work with you. All the representatives you have seen in Cameroon, Zimbabwe, other parts of the world, Nigeria, there is no state we don't have representative. We started like this, and we are building the industry with them. From Subway Energy Academy, we are moving to Subway schools. Without your patronage, we wouldn't have survived. We really appreciate you, and we tell you thank you for patronizing us. Remain blessed. I will be listening to your question in 15 minutes so that we can call it a close. Thank you and remain blessed. If you have any question, please, you are free to ask.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you, sir, so far. We appreciate all this knowledge you are imparting to us. Sir, my question is, from the last briefing and information you just gave us, I have a prospective client who is paying over 1 million every month.
Who is spending over 1 million every month?
Million every month.
On power?
For the grid from power.
Okay.
So if I give client this information that they can pay almost nothing to get their power fixed, do you understand?
Yes.
And just that 1 million every month to sort out their power problem, and they will have the necessary facilities fixed and have their power when needed. What do you say about that?
You are free to bring the clients on board.
All right, I will discuss with them and see how they go about it.
What
And it's not just them, they have people
what business are they doing?
It's a religious center.
Okay, no problem. You are free to bring them in.
All right.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you.
Yes, sir. In a situation where a client now having make this present this perspective to a customer, and they were able to convince the customer. And then the contract now will not succeed in making the installation.
Okay.
Will the charges covers the maintenance of such an appliance in case of maybe breaking down?
Okay.
That is one question.
Okay. When we install for you, the system will not break down.
No, I mean after
Okay. After the period of after the agreed period.
Okay.
You mean after the agreed period?
Yes, as in this is an electronic device now.
Okay. Let me respond.
Okay, sir.
There are many reasons. Even we human beings, we need maintenance. Vehicles that we use need maintenance. So that is the reason the monitoring is very, very important. Every 3 months, you should visit a site you did an installation to go and check how the system is working. So most times the client will not pay. Most times you have to collect money for your fuel, because the agreed period, during the agreed period of the installment plan, the client is not paying for any maintenance cost. But after the agreed period, it's only minor maintenance that will be happening. After 2-3 months, you have to visit the site, just clean the panel, check the terminals, and check other things. So it's just minor maintenance.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Then my second question now, is there any way in order to be at the safer side? The human beings can be dynamic.
Okay.
A situation where is there any rules that one can use now to guide himself is so that against using your money to acquire an equipment for a customer that you assume that is a reliable customer, and you now get those things and install it for him, and then to get the money back as agreed now becoming a problem. Is
Okay.
there a way out of that?
Okay. We work with responsible customers of integrity. So before the system is installed for the clients, you don't just carry your money, carry component, go and install. There will be due diligence before such happen. The customer will provide his account details. The company will check how much has been entering that account, and the company will see his financial record. Even though you go to get even these online platforms that loans people money, if you don't, they will check how much you have been putting in their platform and how much you will draw. That is what will determine how much they will give you as loan. That is what they will use to know whether you will be able to pay off the loan or not. So talk less of carrying 20 million, 15 million, go and install solar system is a process. That is the reason we don't need everybody. We need people that are ready to pass through the process. The person's bank detail will be analyzed, will be assessed, whether how much has been entering that account, how much the inflow and the outflow, what business is the person doing. Is it a business that can fetch that money? How much has the person been spending on power? If like Chinedu said, if somebody has been spending 1 million naira every month on power, and you are telling him to pay like 40,000, 40% of the total cost, and in 1 year he will finish paying for the installation, and such a person refuses to pay the 1 million he has been paying on NEPA, he only have 12 months to pay off, and the system becomes his own. That person is wicked to himself, not our company, because we will go and remove everything is documented. If you fail to pay, we give you warning. You don't comply, the system will be decommissioned. Nothing you will do is legally binding. That is the agreement. So you don't just carry panels, inverter, something worth 10 million, 5 million, 20 million, go and install for somebody. Tomorrow you will say he doesn't have the money. If you don't have the money and the money you have paid is non-refundable, I don't know whether I've answered your question. So there is already plan on ground.
It's okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. This call will soon end. So, any other question?
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, good evening, sir.
I'm with you.
My question is, when you say end users, does it mean that, like, let me say, civil servants cannot access this instrumental payment? Because the way you are sounding, as if somebody that uses light spends money on diesel or petrol. So I want to know if a civil servant cannot tap into this, and what package can the person, because we have a higher package. I don't think somebody that is a civil servant can go for a package that is almost 7 million or more.
Okay.
So I don't know if
It's only that the call will soon end. I would have, since you have asked that question, I would have exposed some things. The truth is not everybody. A civil servant is a nice prospect, because their money, you know that their money comes every month unfailingly. They are not into business, but the problem is they might not have the financial muscle to put parts of their. It depends on the level the person is, maybe how much he's earning and the size of system that he needs. Civil servants there are good prospects because you are sure that their money will come, and most times the way some companies do their own is immediately the money lands in that civil servant account, it's automatically transferred to the debt that is owing. Yes, the account. So for the business people, you have to be very careful. But those civil servants, they are nice prospects. Any other question?
Oh, okay, sir. And sir, lastly, what is the percentage after paying the 30% or 40% instrumental payment? I want to know how much will the person be paying? Maybe the person go for the one of 950 and 950,000 naira.
Okay.
So I just want to know the percentage that will be added. The person will be paying.
Okay, when you send in your document, we will design it. That is the reason you need to know how to design system, how to write proposal, how to do quotation, how to select material, so that when we give you the price, you look at the outright payment plan and understand how much is added as interest. There is no fixed price for any solar system installation. I repeat, there is no fixed price for 5 kVA. I might come to your facility, and where your DB is, or where your powerhouse is, and where I will mount the solar panel is far from each other. You know how cables are costly these days. So I will not use my money to buy those cables. I might come to your facility, the electrical architecture is not okay, your earthing is not okay, because most times when we do this installment plan, we take it upon ourselves to do our own earthing separately. We do our own earthing separately, so that we don't want to hear any story, and we ensure that the electrical architecture of the building is standard. So there are other miscellaneous things we will do. So there is no fixed percentage or all those things. So what a marketer earns is the total cost that it will give, maybe percentage. If you are a marketer now, you bring a client, we say, okay, if it is 5 kVA, this is the percentage we give. If it is 10 kVA, this is the percentage we give. If it is 20 kVA, this is the percentage we give. We had all these things when we started out, but these days we don't want, every time you keep on changing the figures, though we are still working on it anyway. So I don't know whether I've answered your question.
Yeah, you have answered.
I've said that there is no constant price. So when I say a customized system, that is a system that is designed based on the client's condition, based on the condition surrounding the installation. That is a customized system. There is no general price that this is 5 kVA. If you do a general price, that means you are not designing based on the maybe environmental condition or the conditions surrounding the installation. It's not every system we use the same. It's not every 5 kVA we use the same number of battery. It's not every 5 kVA we use the same number of solar panels. If we visit a client and is saying, okay, this system I want is a day use system, it's a different design. If it is a day use and night use system, it's a different design. If it is a night use system, it's a different design, but still 5 kVA. I don't know whether you understand me.
Yes, I do.
Okay, if you had attended our online training, you understand what I'm saying now. Have you?
Okay, sir.
Have you?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
So we design.
I understood, sir.
Okay, no problem. That is the beauty of joining the online training. Continue. Any other question before we run up? Any other question? Any other question? I believe there is no more question, and we have to call it a close. If there is any other question that you don't understand or anything you don't understand, do well to chat me up privately or drop it on the group. I will respond to them. In the absence of no other question, please, somebody can help us. Let us pray so that we end the session.
Jesus' name.
Amen.
Father, Lord, we want to give all glory back to you. We thank you for this section, for giving our engineer the wisdom that he has presented down to us. Father, we bless you. Give us the goal and edge to be able to use it judiciously and bring back benefits to this Photo Subway Energies Limited. We ask this through the name of your Son Jesus Christ, in Jesus' possible name.
Amen. Good night, everybody.
Good night.